talk, cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk, dog, it's a room full of Bryans. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. All hail the king, make the president resign. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get the run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, one o'clock of time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out.
Even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins
and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. Hilliard now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
That'll give them 8 that time. And 3rd and 1 now.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
The Raiders at 4-6 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Watson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
Back to football.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Pretty effective run there. Now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Watson. And he fends him off. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he can net some field goal.
What a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now a man born here in California, Joe Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Fisher. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know They want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Looking to throw on second down. Fisher. He's got Anderson right side. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Off play action. Fisher. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Hilliard now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's I should have thrown that.
No doubt about it. And his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Watson. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fisher. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They go play action here on first down. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
17. Raiders 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Hilliard now from his end zone.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Watson. Looking deep for Adams. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second down, Fisher. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
This time they stay on the ground. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now a first down throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A
final shot before the break. Watson. And this one's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Off the play fake. Fisher. Going up top. And this is taken in at the 5. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Off play action. Fisher. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And got his man complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. It's Mixon on the counter. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Fisher. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice job escaping the pocket. Boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mixing up the middle. Ooh, the juke. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Channing Tindall is there for the tackle.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson off play action. And it's complete to Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And Chubb will try the middle here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Mixon. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's third and goal. Back to throw again. Quick hitch, complete. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Dolphins. Robbie Anderson from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Hilliard now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Watson now to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. He hits Adams complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae Adams, 48 yards. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Looking to throw on second down. Fisher. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Play action. Fisher under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give that sack to the linebacker, Jayon Brown.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Looking to throw. Fisher. He finds his running back, Mixon. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To throw on 3rd down. Fisher, he'll take his shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Hilliard now from his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Watson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know They relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now it's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Hey, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Fisher fighting to stay upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe.
No doubt about that.
And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
To throw on 2nd down, Fisher
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. On the move past the 40. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
38. Raiders 17.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Hilliard now from his end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Chubb on the counter. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
It's a gain of 11.
On first down, Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off into fourth. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 125 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Miami, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas.
I just scraped it off the top. Got it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. Whenever she calls, know what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two. I paid it out the
tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, getting picked off Bentley white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with oxy. I miscount cause I'm off yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody.
I just scraped it off the top. Got it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. Whenever she calls, know what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full.
Convoy. 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free. That's direct, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm the connect, my boy. Off the top.
I just scraped it off the top. Got it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant